I. So yeah, just need John Mark here now. I mean, the problem with John Mark, though, I mean, again, is he's apostatized from the Christian faith. I was going to deal lengthily with a comment I'd had from a individual in Christ. I mean, unfortunately, the problem with the ecumenist spirit is it wants to relate the Bible as if it's just some book, and Christianity as if it's just some free for all, and it's really not. It's not. There is sound doctrine to be adhered to, and I already dealt with that in this live stream. By the way, if you go back, you'll see me deal with individuals stating that, well, as long as a person's believing in Jesus, what does it matter? Well, the problem is you have to believe in a Jesus first. You have to know who Jesus is to believe in him. If you don't know who Jesus is, how are you going to believe in him? That just doesn't make any sense. Two, you have to adhere to sound doctrine. That's why Paul instructs the church to hold to sound doctrine, and he describes those who are not doing so as accursed. And the question the ecumenist has to ask, which they don't, is what does Paul mean when he's saying, if anybody has another gospel, let them be accursed? Because it can't just be in reference to circumcision. It can't. He didn't say if anybody believes that circumcision saves, let them be accursed. He says if anybody has another gospel, let them be accursed. And even in the book of First Thessalonians, Paul says, at the end of it, if anybody comes to you teaching another message, do not receive them. Don't accept them into the household of faith. So unfortunately, somebody like John Mark, who is believing in the false institution of the Eastern Orthodox Church, in my opinion, is not a brother in Christ. And I have every right to state that. Now, can God redeem his soul? Possible. And God can do anything. God's ways are not our ways. God's thoughts are not our thoughts. So I'm humbled to submit that. But would I consider him a brother in Christ and do evangelism with him, or even allow him on streams and stuff like that? No. I just wouldn't. Unless he rescinds the claim that he's Eastern Orthodox, I really wouldn't. Because Eastern Orthodoxy, as I've shown many times on this channel and other channels as well, is a whorish institution that basically worships icons and calling her the pantheon, stating, calling her for salvation. In fact, one of the Eastern Orthodox prayers, Pelagia Prophet, they call her the mediator, they call her